Know what time it is. I'ma holler at the fellas. A little taste. Chop it up with my brothers. Hope y'all can soak up this game. Rockwallers, up! Let's go. Yeah, it's another walk and talk with the Rocks and Solo 3.0. You know. First of all, I want to appreciate everybody today. All those beautiful comments. That was awesome. That was really, really, really dope. Oh, that just reminds me of a video I have to make. Oh, that was pretty dope. Fellas, what's up? I know we've been through a lot. The good brothers. That's what I'm talking to. The good brothers. The brothers who have good intentions towards their fellow human beings. Their fellow women. The ones that's probably in good relationships. Ones who've had experienced good relationships. Ones who's had hard times in relationships and wondering which direction should they go. The one has almost been hardened, and the one that refuses to be hardened, that wants to stay pure. This is for you. This is for you. You've come across the channel, and it wasn't by accident. So basically, I want to talk about what's going on in society. You look at what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. It's war. People are dying left and right, but we don't cover it out here because they want us to continue to be asleep. We got Bible prophecy that's lining up, which is amazing, which is a blessing. The Most High, He didn't leave us hanging through many different texts. He's given us direction and wisdom on how to carry ourselves for a successful, healthy life. But to the brothers, I'm gonna give you a little example that you have to look at those relationships that didn't go the way you thought it was gonna go and left you kind of hanging high and dry. You have to look at it like you dodged a bullet. You really dodged a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Now you back on your single thing, and you might have had to start completely over. You might have had to lose the house you were in, the car. You end up having to move in with a friend. I've been through several of those type of scenarios, and I got to tell you, it's all here to develop you. Because when you made a decision to be with that certain person, you weren't as intelligent as you needed to be, so you made a bad choice, and you can only thank yourself for that choice that you made. You can't blame that woman, because we're supposed to become wise and smart men, and we're supposed to be able to choose wisely. So if we didn't have the materials or the tools, the wisdom that we needed to choose wisely, you have to blame it on yourself. Good sit. Let me tie my shoe real quick. All right, up. Let's go. So basically, we have ourselves to blame. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it would help if the women would be more understanding. We're in a society where there's no wiggle room for a man to make a mistake. Okay, so you just make yourself that much more smarter, that much more stronger. You know what I'm saying? This world don't show love to us men in this society. And I heard Akon say one time, he says in Africa and all those other countries, men are held to a higher esteem. He says the women in the West, they don't do that. So when I heard that, I mean, I already knew it, but just hearing it from different people and stuff like that, my mentality is like, yeah, if a woman don't hold me to the highest esteem, that's her problem. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be dang if I allow myself to get with a woman who won't. You know what I'm saying? You have to vet, you have to challenge. I've always challenged the women I was with. I always push them. Every woman I've ever been with came out stronger and smarter. And definitely they leveled up. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't deal with no broke females, and I ain't deal with no ugly females, but I still increase their value as a human because they learn certain stuff about themselves that they didn't know. They learn different skills they didn't have. And you know what I'm saying? And here I am, just a guy who grew up in foster homes, and I was trying to get it out the mud, but I always educated myself, and I always had an open mind to learning and practicing and being diligent and disciplined. But anyways, you dodged a bullet. A lot of people in different countries right now are suffering from war and famine and all that. What would you look like when it hits the fan out here? Do you want to be going to go risk it? First of all, in the scriptures, it talks about how it says how the women, their husbands are going to die. You know what I'm saying? Their husbands are going to die. And the only reason why I see how I interpret that is these are the husbands who had unruly wives who forced them to go out to go get provisions. I remember I was in a relationship and I had provisions. I was, getting my prep on and all that type of stuff. And this one female I was with, she didn't respect that. So I had to slow down on my prepping and all that type of stuff. And you don't want to find yourself with a woman like that. You don't want to find yourself with a woman who's like, want to live all in the now. There's nothing wrong with, you have to have the balance. There's nothing wrong with living in the now, but you got to have the balance. And it slowed down my prepping. And I'm like, damn. So guess what? If things would have hit the fan and the supplies that we had ran out, she gonna be looking at me stupid. And guess what? The burden is on me to go get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no woman like that. And that's why a lot of men are gonna die, according to Bible prophecy, is because they're gonna be with so many wicked women, their wicked wives, where they're gonna be forced to go out into a chaotic society and have to go find something to eat, something to drink, and all this stuff for a woman who don't give a damn about him. And that's how he's going to end up dying. That's how he's going to end up dying. And that's in the scriptures. So basically, find yourself lucky that you won't be having to risk your life for somebody who don't even value your life. You know what I'm saying? Look at it that way. And I'm sure you probably do already. You know what I'm saying? You've dodged a bullet. It was just a flesh wound. You might have hurt it for a little while, but you'll get over it. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? And don't get in a rush. There's another scripture that says when you're brought to a low estate, don't be anxious. He says, be patient when you're brought to a low estate. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why you want to be patient when you're brought to a low estate, so that you can get the growth out of it. So that you can get the growth and learn from your experiences. And one thing about me, every woman I've ever been with, I will let them know, hey, if you don't expect me to cry when we're conversating, you're not going to cry. You're not going to use your tears, no crocodile tears. I didn't play that. I didn't respect that. You get to express and use all your emotions in making your point. And if you want to look at me as being weak or disrespectful or weak or a sucker because I have emotions and I can't use them like that, then you can't use them like that. We're not going to play that game. So they're like, oh, snap, this guy no joke. And definitely I'm not no joke. But another thing is, you as men have to not avoid your emotions. When you go through some pain in your private time, you have to feel those emotions out. If you got crying and you cry, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Don't hold it back, because then you're going to suppress a lot of this pain. And as soon as something don't happen your way, you might be prone to snapping. So when you have your emotions and you felt like you've been done wrong, you've been done wrong. And it's not fair. It's not fair. But if you try to suppress your emotions by trying to get pleasure, trying to go numb the pain and stuff, come on, let's go. By trying to numb the pain, then you're never gonna learn the lesson that you were supposed to learn. You're just gonna constantly repeat and constantly go through the pain and constantly trying to impress and show all your friends and family, oh, I'm okay. I got this baddie. And you just a little hurt little boy. You know what I'm saying? So go through your pain, because it's through the pain that you learn a lot of your lessons. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I'm never going to go out like that again. But you're never going to You're never going to make that necessary choice if you don't sit in it and marinate in it and understand it. So keep that in mind. You don't want to put yourself on the line for people who don't value you. You know what I'm saying? What's up, brother? How you doing? You don't want to put yourself on the line for people that don't value you. And that's just bottom line, you know. So consider yourself dodging a bullet and moving on. Next step is all that energy you put in your ex, put that energy back. I mean, so many guys put so much energy in what do you call it? And providing a woman a certain lifestyle and a certain experience. And then when they're single, all they focus on is how they want to provide a female a certain experience. And they never make time to love themselves and actually get to know themselves. And also in the scriptures, it says men will either serve God, they will either serve the truth or women. And I refuse to serve a woman. I will serve truth. I will seek and serve truth. Now, I will have a wife, if it pleases the Lord. I will have a woman on my team. And I will not be getting legally married according to this bull crap out here. But I wouldn't suggest you to do that either. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys are getting finessed because they're less, where they're having to serve these women via give them their money, deal with their them oppressing them, and it's because they never make time to love themselves. You got to make time to love yourself. You know how my house is set up. I have a dojo, I have a gym, I have a room that I meditate in. I have a master bedroom that I rest in. You know what I'm saying? I have a guest room. You know, my house is set up. It's an example of my mind. Like I can go in any room and I can zone in to a particular part of my life that's going to sharpen me, give me peace, and help me grow. So as I utilize each room, you think I'm just going to let anybody in my life? No. You think I'm going to let somebody who doesn't value health in my life, when I go sweat blood and tear and train and making myself feel better and look better, and or you think I'm going to get a woman who never meditated or read a book? No, I know the benefits of those things. That woman has to be on those things, but you guys, we end up meeting a pretty chick and you lose your discipline. You follow after her non-disciplined life, and then she sucks you up with all your resources and time, and you deserve that because you never built yourself up as a man to want to put your foot down and say, this is the type of life I'm gonna live. And when you do that, you're really not in a rush to meet a woman because you have so much time and so much joy into building yourself. You have more money, you're able to stack up more money, you end up doing the things that you love to do. It's like when you get a partner, you have to divide that stuff, especially when you get a partner who doesn't do the things that you like to do. Come on. So you have to keep that in mind. You dodged the bullet. Move on. That time, that money that you would have invested in that woman who didn't appreciate you, invest that back into you so that you can get a higher caliber woman. Because the time that you spend investing in yourself, you're going to become a higher caliber man, and you're only going to accept a certain quality and caliber of woman. Stop accepting these low vibrational women who happens to look good. Stop being so caught up on the exterior of a woman and start understanding how you can understand spirits, because you're getting caught up on the avatar And that avatar has a body that you might be attracted to. There's a lot of beautiful avatars, but there's a spirit that's guiding that avatar, and that spirit can be wicked. That spirit can be wicked, and it can ruin you, and it can destroy you, and it will be, matter of fact, it'll be a gift wrapped up just for you, because it says a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. Look up the scripture in the Apocrypha, and it's in Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, if I'm not mistaken. It says a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. So if you wicked and you're not upright and righteous and seeking that type of path, then of course you're going to get wicked women. So leave that lower level of thinking, patch up your wounds, move on, and get ready to live a life that you've always imagined. So with that, I'm going to say peace.